welcome to my channel, Oracle Intuitions. My name is Catherine, and this is your weekly energy reading for October 9th to the 16th. We're going to be taking a look into the energy for the mind, body, and spirit, as well as relationships with a closing message from the universe. All of the timestamps for each sign are going to be below in the description box if you don't want to watch the whole video and if you just want to skip straight to your sign, as well as links for my Instagram, my Facebook, and my website for those of you seeking a personal reading. By all means, please message me and we can set up a time for that, okay? And I'll give you all the information in the email, but you can also check my Facebook page or my website, as they both have information in regards to my personal readings. I also wanted to thank those of you that have joined or that joined on Saturday for the live. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad I was able to answer some questions for people. We're going to be doing this every Saturday. It's going to be at 1 o'clock Mountain Time. For those of you that are unable to join, you can still send in messages to me, again, through any of the links down below, and I will try to answer your question to the best of my ability during the live. Please remember, they're not going to be full readings. They're going to be just a brief outlook, and for those of you that are seeking a full reading, again, by all means, please message me. Thanks to those that have watched the replay also. I truly appreciate it. So let's get into it, and let's go into our weekly readings, all right? Also, too, please remember that these are general readings. They may not resonate with everyone, and that is why I do suggest that people take a look into their sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs as well. Have an amazing week, everyone. Many blessings. Aries, welcome to your weekly reading for October 9th to the 16th. We're taking a look into the energy of the mind, body, and spirit, as well as relationships with a closing message from the universe. Please remember that these are general readings. They may not resonate with everyone, but also check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs as well. So on Mondays, we are going to be posting earth signs. Tuesdays is going to be water signs. Wednesdays will be air signs, and Thursdays will be fire signs. Now, I might be a little bit late. I do apologize for that. Please forgive me, but I will have them out by the end of the week for all of you. So let's take a look and see what is coming through for Aries at this time. I'm hearing one more shuffle. All right, let's go. So for the mind, we have the 10 of Summer, beautiful energy. It does talk about it's time to express your love and appreciation for family. It may be relatives or a chosen family of close friends. Congratulations may be in order on a happy, fulfilling marriage, as well as raising happy, balanced children. So when that 10 of Summer comes in, it really talks about a completion, okay? Now this, it's usually within an emotional stance, all right? So you might be aiming towards, or your mindset is towards some sort of completion. This could be within a goal. Maybe this is perhaps, you might be seeking a partner. Maybe perhaps, you're hoping for an advancement in some sort of relationship. But basically, or you might even be in that place of completion within the relationship that you're in right now. Either way, your mind is aiming towards or in that state of feeling happy and content, and really looking at a balance within yourself and within your external circumstances. So with that, we have the mind within the body, I should say. This is external circumstances. We have Ace of Autumn. Again, amazing energy. You can expect a windfall of abundance, such as money and timely assistance. A meeting or rewarding advice. You may be offered a fabulous new job or promotion, or the prospect of a profitable business venture or investment. So here we have not only the Ace of Pentacles, but the 10 of Summer. So you're either aiming for, and again, take this as it resonates with you, you're either aiming for, or you're now in a place where you're starting to feel very grounded within yourself, because that Ace of Pentacles can be a very grounded energy. Basically, you're aiming towards this completion, okay? Not only within the mind, but this feels as though your external stances might be really like you can see the end of the road towards towards some sort of completion. All right. And again, whether it's appearing or not in your physical circumstances at this point, you're basically aiming towards that. So this is either your goal or this is what you're experiencing at this time. But there's a set journey now. You now have that, let's say for some of you, you're in this place where you might be, I want this career. Now you see the end goal of something. Okay, it may not be the final end goal. It doesn't mean, let's say you want to, take on one career. It doesn't mean that that's going to be your final career, because we always have changes within our life. But you're seeing the things that are going to be that completion for you. You're seeing the end results now within at least your mindset, even if it's not quite showing up in your external circumstances. But you're also making the steps towards whatever externally that is going to bring you this completion. And within the body, or within spirit, sorry, we have the Chariot, and it does talk about you can successfully balance various or opposing energies, all through determination and focus. You've earned the rewards and recognition you're receiving. So I feel like this, with that Chariot coming through, what I'm getting here is that this is a reminder from Spirit to keep going towards your goals, okay? Now, whether you have, again, a goal in mind, or you're heading towards a goal, whatever it is, however it's relating to you at this time, when that Chariot comes in, what I'm seeing is that progression towards it. But it's also a reminder to remain focused and balanced. We have to remember that when those horses come in, if one horse starts going off path, it can put the whole Chariot out of balance. So I really felt like that word, again, balance, coming through. So this is now, you're now starting to set your path. You're seeing your goal, you're heading towards it. What I'm getting here from Spirit, what I'm hearing from Spirit, is, even again, if you're not seeing it within the there's that difference between the 5D elements and the 3D elements. When we're experiencing things on that 3D element, in that earthly goal, we're starting to actually experience the abundance that it is that we're seeking. If you're only looking at it at that 5D element still, and it's not quite showing up in the 3D, what Spirit is saying is, don't be discouraged, okay? Keep that balance. Keep your eye on that goal of what it is that you're heading towards. Don't allow that Chariot to become unbalanced. Don't let one of those horses go off in the wrong direction. Try to keep hold of those reins. Keep those reins in check. Keep moving forward is what I'm feeling. So this is just a reminder from Spirit that you truly are heading towards what it is that you're desiring, what it is that you're trying to create, what it is that you are seeking that balance with. All right? It's interesting because when we have that 10 of Cups coming through, that 10 of Summer, this is very much a water energy, and the Pentacles is very much an earth energy. So when we have these both coming in, basically what it is saying is that there can sometimes be, what I'm feeling here is, you need to take the emotional sense of what it is that you're seeking and apply it into this earthly realm. Okay, so sometimes, and also on top of that, we also need to take the grounded energy of that Ace of Pentacles coming through and apply it. Okay, it basically, what I'm hearing and feeling here is, we can work towards our goals, but if we in our mindset have the thought process of, I don't know if this is going anywhere, I'm not, feeling encouraged by this, it feels like a daily grind, whatever it is. If you're in more of a negative place within your mindset, you may not see your goals always appear within the 3D realm. Okay, we also have to have that emotional balance. We have to have that visualization. We have to have the emotional vision. Not only just the vision itself within our mindset. On top of that, what we also need here, and again, this is talking about balance. So when we have this Ace of Pentacles coming through, we might be in this place, or let's just say, I'm putting this wrong. If we're in that realm of that 10 of Pentacles where we're seeing our vision, we know what it is that we want to do. We are putting that emotional the emotional feelings towards what it is that we're trying to reach, but we're not doing the action. again, we're not going to be able to see the results, right? We still have to do the action. We can't just sit there and visualize and not put the action towards it. And what I'm getting with this Chariot is it needs both. It needs not only the visualization, but it needs the emotional feelings behind it, opening up that heart energy, opening up your emotions towards this. So if this is, let's say, a relationship, instead of taking a negative look at towards relationships or reliving our past relationships, put the energy towards what it is that we're desiring within a relationship. Feel it, be able to touch it, be able to smell it, be able to, do everything. It's basically having that visualization towards what your end goal is, and really have a set idea. All right. A lot of times when we're trying to visualize, some people will say, well, I want to be married. Okay. Well, that's, as silly as it sounds, that's really quite easy. We can get married, right? But who do you want to marry? How do you, what type of personality? What is it that you desire out of a partner? What is it that you're looking for? What is it that you really want within your realm? And that's exactly visualizing this and putting that emotion towards it. I mean, anybody can have a marriage. Is it going to be a stable and happy marriage? That's the difference, okay? And when we start putting that energy out there and into the universe, that's what the universe will bring us. So what it is that we are thinking about, what it is that we are feeling, what it is that we are desiring, in that true sense of actually desiring it. If we're focused on the negative, if we're focused on bad relationships, we could end up possibly drawing that in. And I feel like this is that reminder from the universe. The universe is saying, look, stay balanced, stay focused on your goal, put the energy of both the earth and the water into what it is that you want to create. So let's get some clarification and see what is coming through. Clarification for Aries for October 9th to the 16th. All right. We have the Tiger. Recognize your magnificence. Accept your magnificence. What a beautiful energy. So again, what I'm getting from this, all right, is that you need to stay, again, even if your mind is in this place of this is what it is that you desire, you have to truly accept your magnificence, accept your worth, recognize the fact that you are worthy of the relationship that it is that you are desiring. A lot of times we'll visualize it, but then we start hitting ourselves with negative connotations. We'll say, well, this could happen, or that could happen, or this relationship went negative, or maybe I'm not good enough, or maybe I'm this, or maybe I weigh too much, maybe I'm too skinny, maybe I have brown hair, maybe I have black hair, blonde hair. You know what I'm getting at? Like, once we start putting ourselves down, we're not recognizing our own magnificence. And what I'm getting from Spirit with this card is it's saying to really embrace who you are, cherish it, worship it, send it out to the universe, because with that energy, you're also going to be able to draw in what it is that you're desiring. We have the Cow coming through. Give with unconditional love and grace. And I feel like this is towards perhaps past energy. Again, recognizing your own magnificence instead of wallowing in on somebody or something from the past coming through. Just because you were possibly maybe rejected in another relationship, or maybe another relationship but didn't go the way that you had hoped, or maybe there was some sort of issue in your past. This could be with your parents, it could be as you were growing up, some sort of childhood issue. This could be this could even be from yesterday or last week. That doesn't predict your future. And it's really saying here is to accept your magnificence, accept what you are. I'm also feeling to put some unconditional love towards past events. It doesn't mean that you need to completely forget about things that have happened to you in the past, because they do guide us through to the future. We've learned lessons, we've learned our mistakes, we've learned other people's mistakes. But sometimes if we just look at the past and we just go, okay, that was the past, I'm letting it go with an unconditional love, it means that I don't need to accept it again in my future or my present state, okay? And that is going to bring me to this sense of completion. We also have the donkey. Keep your heart open no matter what. Yeah, just basically confirming what I just said. Again, it's not about forgetting, but it's not about reliving. We don't need to relive our past. We can let it go. And however you let it go, whether this is through therapy or meditation or, however it is, okay? I can't predict all of it. But what I'm basically saying and what it's saying is allow yourself to release, let go, move on, and look at what it is that you're desiring for the future, not what it is that you've experienced in past circumstances. We have the owl coming through. Listen to the messages of the angels. Yeah, I feel like this card of balance coming through this chariot. Now, even though the chariot doesn't exactly talk about balance, it does talk about moving forward. What I'm getting from the guides, from your angels, is yes, you are moving forward. You are on the right path. You're on that right trail of that chariot. But again, there needs to be some sense of balance. So, put your work towards what it is that you're desiring, both in the mental state and in the earthly state, okay? Listen to the messages that are coming through. Sometimes these doors open for us in ways that we truly don't expect. We might see a new path open, and they're being open for a reason. We might get a call all of a sudden about a new job or a new career, and that might be something that you need to possibly think about. But at the same degree, they're also being opened for a reason, and maybe we need to take a look into that. All right. And that's what I'm hearing. Really listen to your inner intuition, because that is coming from your guides. It is coming from your angels. It is messages that are coming through for you at this time. The llama, set clear boundaries and enforce them. This is interesting energy because, again, going back to our past, okay, for some of you, we might be hanging on to things from the past, and maybe that is in some way blocking the energies of what it is that we're looking for, in the future. But what I'm getting here is that set that clear boundaries. I feel that for some of you, that may help. A lot of times we'll say, I'm just going to give an example, and this is from years ago from a reading that I had done. Obviously, I'm not going to give any personal information, but I had a reading a few years ago where someone had said, my past relationships, I've always, they were always alcoholics. And I said, okay, well, make that intention that you're just not going to date an alcoholic, or you're not going to date somebody with these traits. This is something that, you just set clear boundaries around. And they said, okay, I absolutely agree. And then they phoned me and they said, guess what? I'm going on my third date. And I was like, oh, wow, congratulations. Yeah, I met this great guy. And we're going out to the bar again. And last night he drove home a little bit drunk, but, that was okay. It was they didn't say it exactly like that. It was during the course of the conversation. And I said, so basically you're going back with somebody that is really your past, but presented in a different meat suit, really is what it is. And what we tend to do is we tend to dismiss things that we know are red flags, right? And what this is asking you to do is to set those boundaries. What it is that you are seeking, what it is that you are looking for, set those clear intentions towards that and strive toward that. So if you don't want to, relive a past, and again, I'm just going to use, this client as far as an alcoholic. I said, well, why would you date somebody that you're just going to the bar with? Why would you accept somebody who's willing to get behind, the wheel and drive? Why are you willing to accept this? I don't understand. And they couldn't come up with an answer. Well, sure enough, they ended up breaking up, and, but, she had to learn some lessons first, and sometimes we will repeat lessons if we don't stick to the boundaries that we set for ourselves. When we look inside of our core and we take what it is that we're truly willing to accept and what we're really wanting to dismiss from our lives, and sometimes the universe will keep bringing those back because there is that gap. There's that opening of things that we're still allowing. It's like people that say, well, I don't want to marry, I don't want to be with people who, I don't want to date married men. And then what do? They'll date somebody who's married, or somebody who's dating somebody else, or, somebody who doesn't have the intentions of going further in a relationship, even if they're not connected to somebody. So those energies are very clear. So when you're making that visualization towards what it is that you want completion with, again, be very clear about what it is that you want in, coming through. What it is, where do you see? What is that completion for you? Who is it that you want to see? Doesn't mean a particular person, but it does mean particular behaviors. What are red flags to you? Keep those within your core. When you're, if a red flag is, somebody who drinks a case of beer a night, then you just make sure that you put that in there. You want to say, I don't want somebody who drinks. I don't want somebody who wants this. This is what I want. I want somebody who's clean and sober. I want somebody who is kind, somebody who is, nice to everybody on the planet. I want whatever it is. Like, you set your own boundaries, okay? But then you have to stick to your boundaries. The gray squirrel, find new ways of solving problems. And again, I do feel that for some of you, this could be a specific message in regards to an issue that you may be going through at this particular point. It may be talking about maybe the way that you're trying to solve something isn't the way that it is to be solved. Maybe you need to find a better solution, and it could be within one of the messages here. Okay, again, that might resonate with you. But what I'm also getting here is, how do you solve this problem of the boundaries? How do we let go of things? Well, there's many different ways. We can do meditation again. We can seek therapy. We can talk to people who are going to be very direct and honest with us and tell us the truth. We can talk to our guides. We can, even talk to our higher selves. It's really about what resonates with you. We also have the turtle coming through. Be joyful and trusting. I feel as you're going through this journey, as you're keeping things in balance, what is also going to be important is staying trusting in the fact that the universe has your back. Even though we sometimes don't think the universe has our back, some things are just coming through as lessons or things that it is that we need to learn to take that next step forward. But have faith and have trust that as long as you are putting that energy towards what it is that you're desiring, the true energy of what it is, things are going to come through. Have that faith, have that trust that universe is guiding you and keeping you on balance towards where it is that you want to go. We have the bat, see through the illusions into truth. So I do feel that for some of you, this might be an actual situation that you might be dealing with. Again, we had this gray squirrel where it talked about finding new ways of solving problems. And now we have this bat, seeing through illusion into truth. For some of you, this could have to do with a career. Again, it could be possibly a relationship. Maybe it's time to really take a look at the relationship, or maybe possibly somebody that, is just a person of interest, or maybe possibly if you're seeking a relationship in some way, even if there's no person involved, again, take it as it resonates. But there might be something that you need to see through to see the truth behind, okay? Is this truly the relationship that you're seeking? Take a look. Take a look at all of their qualities. This isn't about you. Remember, you are to stay within your magnificence, okay? Stay within who it is that you truly are. And this is also talking about possibly the truth within yourself, okay? What are things that you can let go of? What are things that you can embrace? What are things that perhaps that you're drawing in within other people? Okay, this is something to really start taking a look at, again, throughout possibly this upcoming week. And we have the eagle. Seize opportunities courageously. I feel like for some of you, there could be a new opportunity coming through, and it possibly could be in, I keep hearing the word instead of, possibly instead of, where it is that you are trying to create a sense of balance, which isn't quite working. Okay, again, for some of you, and this isn't going to relate to everybody, but that where it talks about finding new ways of solving problems, for some of you, you could be in a place where things are just not going as you had hoped or as you had wished, or maybe perhaps this just isn't the path. I feel like as soon as you let go of something and head towards what it is that you're truly, truly wanting, okay, that's when new opportunities are going to come through. So again, let me just put this into relationships. If, for example, you were in a relationship with somebody who isn't really showing you the values or that it is that you desire, maybe they're just not putting the energy towards a relationship of you seeking that completion within the relationship. Like if you're not seeing a long-term relationship with them, or maybe they're basically just saying straight out, look, I'm not interested in a long-term, but I'm good with this. I'm good with, seeing you a couple times a week, but I'm still going to continue to date other people. If that's not where you are, if you're looking for that long-term commitment, you're probably not going to get it with a person that's, calling you up for a booty call at 1 o'clock in the morning, or only calling you when it's convenient for them, or not putting that time and energy in, right? Once we let go of that energy, because now we're looking into what it is that we truly want, what it is that we truly desire, that's when new opportunities are coming through. And those are the ones that we are to seize, because now we have a solid grasp of who we are and what it is that we are seeking inside of us, what it is that we'll put up with, what it is that we won't put up with. And now we're going to start heading towards that, because we've made it clear to the universe of what it is that we want. We're now establishing that balance. We're now allowing that energy. We're doing the work, not only within ourselves, but externally. We're putting that work in to create something that it is that we can see ourselves in that happy, stable, committed place, whether this is within a relationship or whether within a job, financial status, whatever it is. Okay, so I hope that has helped, but we're going to take a look now into relationships and see what's coming through. So I'm going to be using the Romance Angels by Doreen Virtue. I'm also using the Angel Answers by Radley Valentine. We're going to be pulling 3 cards from each and seeing what is coming through. So it's like a week to set down your goals, Aries. Really set your goals if you haven't done that already. And then for some of you, this also could be a confirmation from the universe that you are on the right path, okay? But again, keep hold of those reins. Keep them, straight ahead. Don't allow them to waver, even if you're not seeing things in the current energy of right now. It doesn't mean that they're not coming. I feel that they are on their way, but it's just that message from Spirit saying, keep on that path, because we are making your goals, your dreams come true. We are working towards that. All right. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Okay. I'm going to leave that for some of you that could very much relate to. All right. And you'll know if it is in some way. But what I'm also getting here is it does feel that for some of you, you are on a path to ascension. So when I see that religious factor, it does feel to me that you're putting the energy towards, again, what it is that you truly desire. It feels like you're opening yourself up for evolution, for ascension. You're bringing in possibly, or maybe perhaps you're recognizing that of what it is that you want within relationships, and you're allowing Spirit to come through. Look at this. There you go. Yes. So again, I feel like it's almost as though for some of you, you might be putting that energy towards a true soulmate. It may not be the person that you're with. Okay. Again, only you'll know. And that is where you would go back to what I had just said within this mind, body, and spirit. Okay, that energy in there. But what I'm getting for many of you is from the work that you've been doing. Remember, we had that 10 of summer. It really talks about that completion. I feel like for some of you, you could be drawing in that soulmate through your visualization, through your energy, through your meditations, through your prayers. I feel like this is coming through, all right? And again, it may be, time to seize opportunities. And it said seize opportunities courageously. So again, for some of you, it could be a release of something that you're currently hanging on to. And if you're still hanging on to somebody who, again, isn't putting that energy towards you in that way, you might have to release them in order to bring in a new opportunity, whether that be a new person, or maybe you'll just release that energy in order for that person to recognize what it is, that energy between the two of you, that chemistry between the two of you, recognizing that soulmate connection. Okay, but if we're hanging on too tightly, if we're not allowing them, if we're not recognizing what it is that we want within ourselves, it's very difficult for our soulmate to recognize what they want as well. Okay, we have cords that are connected. We have soul ties, and it's almost like a mirror image. What one does, the other does. Okay, so it's like a back and forth. It may not be exact. It's not going to be, you went to the store today, so are they. But it's within that energy field. All right. Look at this, new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So again, I do feel for some of you, it's going to be a new person, or again, it could be a new energy. Okay, it doesn't mean, again, sometimes a lot of people, what they think is, they'll say, well, I really feel like this is my soulmate, or this is the person that I'm supposed to be with. But when we're hanging on to the energy that of this person, when we're hanging on to it, we're not allowing that person to expand, we're not allowing them to grow. We're basically trying to have a sense of control over it. And spirit doesn't work that way. Okay, we have to let that energy go. If you're not receiving what it is that you feel that you truly desire, remember, recognize your significance or accept your magnificence. Sometimes we just need to take that step back, allow that person to recognize whether or not, like what it is that they desire too. If you're meant to be together, you will be. But again, I am feeling that for some of you, it could be possibly a new person coming through. New person or a change within the energy of the person that it is that you feel that connection with. All right. So let's get some clarifying cards and see what's coming through. I have a couple that are all right. Let's see what's coming through. Recovery. Yeah, again, I feel like, this recovery, this could be you recovering from past events that possibly put you into some sort of negative space, some sort of space where you thought that you weren't worthy, or that you couldn't accept the blessings coming through or wanting to come through. I feel like recovery for some of you could possibly have to do with not only past events, but some of you might actually be going through a recovery, whether this is with an addiction or healing of some sort. But remember, what I'm getting here is that what you do will spread out towards your soul connections. Okay, what they do will also come to you. But the higher you go within your ascension, you're not going to feel negative mindsets or negative vibrations, because you're ascending. And that's what I keep getting. It's like you're going to be ascending, or you're starting that ascension up. And that energy of the person or people that are supposed to be within your realm, that soul family, will start coming through, because they're going to ascend as well. The situation will improve. Yeah. For some of you, when we talk about that new love, by doing the work that it is that is necessary for you this could improve a situation. So again, I do feel like this could be possibly for both. It could even be, it could be either a new love, or it is giving you, for those of you that feel that true solid connection with somebody, you might just need to take a step back within the energy, really work on yourself, recovery, okay? Especially if there's a past hurt in some way from somebody, possibly the same person that you're trying to connect with. You may have to let it go. You may have to, again, we came through with that unconditional love. Remember, it talked about having that unconditional love. There might be some forgiveness that needs to come through. Now, I don't mean within physical pain or abuse or situations that could be harmful. Okay, those are completely different situations, and I do not encourage them in any way, shape, or form. But for those of you that maybe, just in that place where you're wondering, like, is this going to continue, are we going to move forward? Am I going to reach that 10 of Cups energy that I've been desiring? I am receiving here the situation will improve. But again, I do feel that for some of you, you still need to take opportunities courageously, okay? So even while you're going through a healing process, or you're allowing your person to go through a healing process, it doesn't mean you have to shut down the world. It doesn't mean that you can't accept something else during that time. There might be also a learning lesson that comes through, when you're in communication with somebody else. It's unbelievable how that can happen. Also, too, once we disconnect our energy, even from our soulmate or our twin flame, we're allowing them to heal. We're allowing them to recognize our energy, because they do feel that pull away, and they'll say, oh, what the heck just happened? They'll feel our ascension. They feel that evolution in some way, shape, or form. And it's up to them at that point to catch up. All right? We also have communicate clearly. And it's interesting because this was the card that I had to turn over when I was shuffling the deck, because I could see that there was a card coming through. Communicate clearly. So again, I feel like you need to communicate clearly with your spirit guides. Communicate clearly what it is that you want, what it is that you're desiring. Whether this is, remember that relationships don't need to be romantic. They can be friends, family, co-workers. Again, take them as they're resonating with you. But to clearly communicate to your guides of what it is that you want. Remember how we talked about, put those intentions out there. What is it that you're seeking? What is it that you're desiring within another person? And also within yourself. Communicate clearly to your guides. All right. So let's get a closing message from the universe and see what is coming through. This is closing message from the universe for Aries for October 9th to the 16th. All right. Temptation. All right. I feel like for some of you, it's very tempting to go off balance a little bit. That's the first card that I get. It's tempting to not keep that chariot in line, to let go of the reins a little bit, to have that horse kind of dip to the side. What I'm getting here is, again, keep within your boundaries, your morals, your ethics, what it is that you desire. Try not to let somebody tempt you or something tempt you, whether this is a mindset or an actual person, or maybe this is within yourself. Try to remember the fact that you are to accept your own magnificence. Don't be tempted by negative thoughts or by people who are trying to take you off of your path. Pride. So for some of you, you may have to let go of your pride. This also could be the pride of somebody who might be trying to tempt you. And that might be what Spirit is making you aware of. You see how she has, the skeleton face? It's like half and half. There's a difference between pride and, being arrogant. And that's where we need to really recognize, or are we being stubborn because of our pride? Are we not allowing ourselves to move forward in some manner, or let go of something in some manner because of our pride? Okay. But here's the thing. Sometimes pride, you know, there again, there's that difference. It's like self-confidence, right? Self-confidence is healthy. Self-confidence is about our self-worth. When we have too much pride, this could be putting us in a place that is going to be negative, okay? And again, pride can include being stubborn, not seeing things for truly as they are, being tempted towards something that isn't healthy for us simply because of the fact that we're not willing to let go of it because of our pride. Sometimes it's hard to say, I screwed up, or I messed up, or maybe I shouldn't have gone that way, instead of staying in a stubborn mindset. Maybe this is something that you need to let go of. Unleash your creativity. Really look as to who it is that you are inside, who it is that you want to be, who you see yourself. Remember, our higher selves are the truest, purest version of ourselves. And sometimes going into a meditation that allows us to see who it is that we truly are on that inside, who it is that we truly are, that the universe, you know, that even God has created us to be. That's something that maybe we need to take a look at. And again, you know, are we coming from a place of pride? Are we coming from a place of ego? Are we coming from a place of being stubborn? That might be something we need to look at. Take a look and unleash your creativity as to who it is that you can imagine yourself be, who Spirit is telling you or giving you that reminder of who you truly are. So I truly hope that this has helped, Aries. If this reading has resonated with you, please click like, please share my videos, and please subscribe to my channel. And on tomorrow, Saturday, 1 p.m., we're going to be doing the live show. So I really truly hope to see you here. We're going to be doing mini readings. Remember, these are not going to be full readings. You can look at my Facebook, Instagram, or my website as far as personal readings go. This is going to be a quick reading, just looking into the current energy of things that are happening right now. I truly hope this has helped. Have an amazing week and many blessings. Leo, welcome to your weekly reading for October 9th to the 16th. We're taking a look into the energy of the mind, body, and spirit, as well as relationships with a closing message from the universe. Please remember that these are general readings and they may not resonate with everyone, but I do recommend you checking your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs as well. So please remember that on Mondays we're going to be doing Earth, Tuesdays is going to be our water signs, Wednesdays is going to be our air signs, and Thursdays is going to be our fire signs. I may be a little bit late with some of the videos. Please excuse me for that. Just, you know, busy with personal life and stuff like that. Whatever may come up. Actually, this week I was going through the flu, so I do apologize for this video coming out later than I wished it would. But yesterday was kind of a really bad day physically. So anyway, we're feeling better today, but as you can see, we're still having some trouble shuffling. All right. I love these cards. They're absolutely beautiful, but my hands are small and it's really hard for me to shuffle them, but I love using them. All right, so let's get some look into the energy that's coming through for you, Leo, this week. All right. Six of Autumn. Your success and prosperity have allowed you to pay off debts, acquire wise loans, and receive a grant or scholarship in return for heaven's blessings. Be sure to share the wealth with others through donations of time or energy of reputable charities. Now, that, you know, is a very good explanation of the card, but also that Six of Pentacles can also talk about exchange of energy. So sometimes, you know, is there a balance within the energy? And remember that this is a mindset. Are you putting more towards somebody, or is somebody putting more towards you? This even could be within your job. It could be within relationships. Take it as it resonates with you. But it can sometimes talk about maybe there's too much energy or an imbalance of energy in some way. For some of you, you may be in this place where you are feeling very successful. You're feeling very, like you've received a lot of blessings from the universe, and maybe it's time to start giving back. Now remember that this is in the mindset, so this could be something that you've already thought about. This also could be that reminder okay, coming through, is remember to be grateful for our blessings. Even if sometimes we're giving that energy exchange within blessings or within, I don't really want to use positive thoughts, but it is along that line, okay? What is it that we can be sending out to the universe? How do we show our gratitude? Or is it that we can show a sharing of our blessings towards possibly others? Or again, even just being thankful to the universe for what it is that we have within our life currently. We also have the Eight of Autumn. So interesting energy, Eight of Pentacles coming through. It's the perfect time to learn all you can by returning to school, taking a seminar, or conducting research. Do your best work, and the law of attraction will bring you prosperity and career advancement. So this is within the body. This is like external energy, all right? And what I'm getting here is that for some of you, you might be working towards a particular goal. Maybe this is, for some of you, you know, you might be looking at training. This could also be representative of an apprenticeship card. What I'm getting here is that the first thing, it's interesting, that's coming through for some of you, and again, it's not going to relate to everybody, but I do feel that for some of you, maybe you're looking at a particular career, you're looking at a particular job, or you're wanting a particular job in some way. What I'm getting here is it almost feels like you need to have a gratitude towards what it is that you already have, and again, putting that work towards what it is that you're wanting to receive. I feel like for some of you, there also is an element here. Do you need to go back to school? Is there training involved? I'm almost feeling that for some of you, you might be looking at a career opportunity, because that Pentacles can talk about finances, it can talk about more material things, but you might be hesitating in regards to the training. With that Eight of Pentacles coming through, this could be talking about, you know, even though you might not agree with the training, or maybe you have to advance yourself in some way, again, maybe taking a class, maybe taking a course, whatever it is, I feel like putting that energy towards towards that will help you with your goal or your desires, or perhaps your career field. It's, you know, sometimes we get stuck in this place where we think, well, I have enough experience, I should be able to find a job within my career. Maybe we think, well, I've been in the workforce for a long, long time. Do I really need to upgrade to this? But maybe perhaps that job or that field does require that advancement in some way. Maybe it's just time to do the research into what it is that you're truly looking for in order to put that onto a resume of some sort, or to put that into your visual sense also, okay? Because sometimes when we really take a look at what it is that a career involves, we may choose, we may say, okay, I don't know if this is right for me. There could be a hesitation. Maybe we need to do more research. Maybe along that path, we're going to find what it is that we're truly seeking, or what it is that we're truly desiring at this time. This also could have to do with relationships, where it could be where one of you or you are possibly putting a lot of work and a lot of energy towards something that isn't balanced, okay? And again, because with that Six of Autumn coming in, it can talk about sometimes an imbalance of energy, one person giving too much. Are you in a place where you're giving too much, or possibly if somebody giving too much to you? If somebody is giving too much to you, okay, and what I mean is, I don't mean by too much, but if somebody is trying to put more energy into relationship, and you're sort of in this place of, I don't really feel like giving that energy back. There's a reason for it. What is that reason? Why do you not want to have that exchange of energy? Why do you not want to make that energy balance? Is it because this relationship is just not exciting you? That is something to take a look at. If you're putting more energy towards a possible relationship, how come it's not being returned? And that's something that you also need to take a look at. And with Spirit, we also have the King of Wands. So it says, now's your moment to step up to a leadership role. Don't back away from the spotlight, as your plans will be successful so long as you stay focused upon the big picture. This is interesting energy, because it can relate to both a relationship, career. It can really relate to whatever aspect is within your life. I'm feeling here with that King of Spring. Now he goes for what it is that he wants. He goes for it, and he takes those steps towards it. He does it with passion. So again, with that Eight of Pentacles coming through, I feel, because we also have this King coming through, this could be talking about, is your pride stopping you from really advancing towards what it is? Are you expecting an exchange of energy that isn't quite within your realm at this point? Is there more work that needs to be done? Maybe it's time to let go of some pride and really step forward into what it is that you're really wanting and really desiring. Okay, really take a look at it. It's interesting because, again, the lion, he's strong, he's a leader, but he does have, let's say, an ego. Let's just put it that way. That King of Wands can be a bit of an ego. He can have ego. He can be also very ambitious, but he can also be dramatic. Okay, and where does drama come from? Drama comes from our ego, ultimately. So what is it that you need to balance out here? What is it that you need to possibly let go of in order to step forward into what it is that you're really wanting? Do you need to do some more work? Do you need to do some more training? Is there more research involved in what it is that you're trying to seek? Maybe it's time to, instead of sitting there and saying, no, I'm ready, I'm all prepared, I'm ready to go, maybe it is time to, actually do some more work. Maybe it's time to get into that Eight of Pentacles energy and balance something out. Again, I do feel, though, for some of you, and this can apply definitely to relationships, because sometimes we get into that place where, I feel like, let's look at couples, for instance, okay? Sometimes we get into this energy where we're the ones that are doing all the work, okay? And, we're doing all the dishes, we're doing all of this, we're doing this, we're doing this, and there's not that balance of the energy. And we look over onto the couch and possibly our partner's sitting there, watching TV. This can be male or female. I'm not putting any genders in there. Or, they're, maybe they're just with work. But again, there's that imbalance of energy. This may be something that needs to be addressed. It also could be reversed, where maybe possibly somebody else is doing all of the work and you're in this place where you're allowing this imbalance of energy. So take a look at it. Or even if you're not as a couple, are you putting more energy towards something but you're not letting go of it? Even though you're recognizing that you are putting more energy towards a relationship, but this person isn't reciprocating that energy, maybe it's time to let go of your ego in some way and go towards what it is that you're passionately looking for, what you passionately desire out of a relationship. Okay, so that's the energy that is coming through for you right now at this time, Leo. And it's interesting that we have this lion simply because of Leo coming through. Okay, and Leo in general can be very prideful, not ego. I'm talking pride. They have a lot of pride within themselves, right? They can be, usually have a lot of self-confidence. They usually know how to step forward into a situation. But at times, there can be that unbalance that needs to be straightened out or needs to be taken a look at, or maybe just checked a little bit and see, okay, am I really putting the energy towards what it is that I'm seeking, or am I allowing my pride to get in the way of some sort? Or is my ambition going towards another energy where it should be going towards the energy of what it is that I'm truly seeking? All right, so let's get some clarification and see what's coming through. Yeah, we have the Rabbit. Recognize your significance. Again, I do feel for some of you, this could have to do with giving more towards something. Again, it could be towards a relationship. It even could be towards a job, but you're not getting that recognition. I do feel that for some of you, this King of Wands coming through is saying, recognize your significance. Remember that lion, he's magnificent in all that he does, right? Maybe it's time for you to recognize your significance And also wonder, why am I putting more energy into something that is not being beneficial for me at this moment? Whether it's a relationship, why am I giving more towards this person when they're not returning the energy? Okay, something along that line. Take a look. Where are you putting more? All right, it's time to recognize who you are. Stand in your magnificence. We have the dolphin. Live joyfully in the present. For some of you, it could also be that you're working towards a possible future goal. And you think, it's interesting because the first thing that's coming through is sometimes we do things, possibly with other people, possibly towards jobs, that we think, if I keep doing this work, there's going to be a benefit at the end. All right. What I'm getting from this is to take a look at the current energy. Is this going to be a dead end? Okay, plain and simple, straight out. Is this going to be a dead end? And look at to look at the current energy of what it is. Am I going to keep doing this and doing this? How long does this go on for? Yes, I think that I'm putting all of this work towards this job, or doing extra work or picking up extra shifts because I hope that I'm getting recognized in some way, within this career field. But then stop and take a look at the current energy. Is it really leading you to where you want to go? Whether, again, relationship, work, goal of some sort. Take a look at the present energy. Is there a shift that you can make that is going to make things more balanced, that is going to be more beneficial for you in the end? Something that is going to give you that passion towards moving forward. Because as much as it's interesting, as much as we want to work towards something, if we're truly, feeling like, I really hope that this comes out, to a benefit in some way, but maybe other people are getting promoted, or maybe that relationship is just, staying at a stalemate at some point, we really need to stop and look and go, is this really going to be worth my effort? Right now, am I really going to see the benefits? And I feel like you need to just stop and just look at the current situation, the current energy. Are you happy? Are you in a joyful place? Okay? Because joy isn't about the future. The joy is about the present as of right now. And if you're enjoying what you do, if you're enjoying the true benefits of what life is having to offer you at this time, we're going to continue in that place of joy. All right? Joy isn't about the future. Joy isn't sitting there going, well, if I bust my butt and I work, 20 hours a day on 4 hours of sleep, but, and I'm doing everybody else's work and I'm putting in all this overtime so I'm going to get recognized. We're burning out. We're not living in that present. We're not living in that place of joy. So when we're in that energy, how do we expect the universe to take that energy and bring it into the future? Because the universe looks at our current energy of what it is, the vibrations that we're sending out at this present time. So we have the Badger coming in, bring your life into balance. That's exactly what we were just talking about. So it's very much, again, talking about balance. There needs to be a balance within something. And I feel that for some of you, there's more energy being given out than you are receiving, and you need to somehow take a look. This could even be within friendships, okay? For some of you, you may even have a friendship where you're giving out more towards that friendship. Maybe you have that friend that is, hey, can you help me? Hey, can you help me? Hey, can you help me? But they're never there when it's time for you. Maybe that's another thing that you need to take a look at. Something is out of balance here is what it's saying. And the universe is really giving you this King of Spring because it really talks about receiving your plans, okay? Really being in that spotlight. Don't back away from the spotlight, as your plans will be successful as long as you stay focused on the big picture. So again, what is it that you truly desire? What is it you're truly looking at? Where are you extending more energy than is necessary than what it is that you're receiving? Because life is all about balance. And you know what? Here's the thing. If we've done something for somebody, 200 times, and they've maybe exchanged that back once, that's not balance. Okay? It doesn't mean that you can't be there for your friends, or you can't be there for your family, or you can't be there for relationships or your boss. But there has to be some sort of exchange of energy. Otherwise, again, what happens is we get burnt out, we get upset, our emotions, tend to take over, and then we're not doing things with joy. We want to be able to help our friends and family with a sense of joy, knowing that they're truly appreciating it to some degree. It doesn't mean that they have to sit there and go, thank you, thank you, thank you. We don't expect that. But we do expect that, it's like being a reader. I'm just going to use this example, being a reader. There's many times where I've helped out people in the past, especially before I really went professional. And you're giving them the advice because you see what Spirit is trying to say. You see what Spirit has to show them. Spirit has shown you the path and you're giving it to them. And then they go and take another path and they go another way. And then they come back to you and they're like, well, what do you think? Should I do this? And it's like, you do it only so many times and nobody's listening, or this person's not listening. And so you just go, you know what? Screw it. I'm not giving this energy towards this anymore because I'm just really wasting my time. So where is it? What is it? Are you wasting time on something? Are you giving more energy? It is time for you to balance you at this moment. The Deer's coming through. Trust in the support of the universe. Sometimes we get into a place where we're fearful that, maybe this person is going to be mad at us, or something is going to, we might lose our job, or we might, whatever it is, like whatever the excuse is behind it, that we're not bringing something into balance, okay? Or the fear behind it, I should say. Whatever that is, take a really good look at it. I feel like the universe is, whether or not the universe guides you towards a different path, it will be for your benefit. It feels like what it's saying here is have trust in the support of the universe. The universe wants you to be in balance, all of us, okay? And we have to have faith in the karma that the universe will bring in. We have to have faith in the doors opening that the universe will bring in. Have faith that what you're doing, if you're doing it in a place that is bringing balance, but you're also doing it from a place of joy, you will be amazed at the doors that open, even if you don't see it at that time. All right? The Cat. Be relaxed and independent. So again, I do feel that for some of you, this might have to do with putting more energy to something. Okay, again, it's time to focus on yourself. It's time to focus on your own independence in some way, whether it's bettering your environment around you or bettering, your inner self, bettering something. It's about you. You don't need you don't need to rely on other people to be this magnificence. Okay, that's what I keep getting. The Whale. So live as a fully conscious being. It's really interesting with these cards that are coming in because they're really talking about, to focus on you. And it doesn't mean coming from a place of ego. It doesn't mean like I'm better than you, or, I don't deserve this, or whatever it is. It's coming from a place of recognizing your self-worth, your self-esteem, your confidence of moving forward. Live as that fully conscious being. Recognize that, as above, so below, right? It's that sense of balance. And when we have that sense of balance, we really are living in a place of being conscious of everything that is around us and the opportunities that could come close to us. The Goat, it says, act from your innate wisdom. So, I feel like what I'm getting here is that for some of you, it's almost as though you've known this, whatever it is, that is how this is relating to you for a while now. But you may have been, again, there might have been fear to act on it. There might have been a lack of self-confidence to act on it in some particular manner. What I'm getting from this Goat is it, innate wisdom. It's basically that wisdom on the inside. You already knew this. I'm just really confirming what it is that you may have already possibly known. We have the Dog. Be disciplined in your home and community life. Interesting energy. So again, what I'm getting from this is it does feel as though once you set the boundaries of what it is that's around you, it's time to follow through with those boundaries as well. When it talks about being disciplined, it's basically about boundaries. It's like not breaking your boundaries. If you've decided, look, I'm not going to exchange, I'm not going to have this unbalance of energy anymore, it means stay disciplined in that. I do feel that for some of you, there may be somebody that might try to convince you otherwise in some manner, okay? Like sometimes we have that fear that, things are, if we don't do this anymore, we're going to lose something. And what I'm getting here is you have to stay within that balance, have that faith and that trust from the universe, trust in that support. When we're disciplined with ourselves, when we don't accept the things that are not necessary for us anymore, we really get into a place of recognizing our core and true self. And when we're projecting that out into the universe is going to bring us the people and the opportunities that are aligning with that core. Last card coming through, the guinea pig. Do your part to illuminate the universe. Again, recognizing your core self and illuminating from that. Inside of us is always this beautiful, balanced energy, but we just have to find it. And when we find it and we start illuminating it, you'll really recognize all these opportunities that are coming forward. That's when that King of Wands energy really comes forward. Now we're in our place of receiving the success. All right, now we're in the spotlight. It doesn't mean that we need to be on stage or however it is, or be in the spotlight of all of our friends, but it's basically saying being in the spotlight within yourself, recognizing again your true strength, your true magnificence. So let's take a look at relationships and see what's coming through for you, Leo, at this time. So we're going to be using the Romance Angels by Doreen Virtue. We're also going to be using the Angels Answers by Radley Valentine. We're going to be pulling 3 of each to see what messages are coming through within relationships. Remember that relationships do not need to be romantic. They can be friends, family, co-workers. Just take them as they resonate with you. They also could be within yourself, okay? That relationship with yourself, your higher self, your guides, your spiritual team. All right, see what's coming through. Pay attention to the red flags. Yeah, the signs are cautioning you. Exactly like I said, I do feel that for some of you, this could have had to do with relationships in some way. It's like an exchange of energy that is not being balanced. And that is something that you need to take a look at. And remember, again, doesn't have to be romantic, but where where are those red flags coming from? This could be within a friendship. This could be within coworkers, whatever it is, but pay attention to them. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. I do feel that for some of you, sometimes we might kick ourselves for things that we've done in the past. And it even could have to do with maybe not paying attention to the red flags. All right. This could have to do with forgiving others around us. It could have to do with forgiving, past events. What I'm getting here is as you release, okay, release them and heal. That's when you're really going to start noticing things truly opening up for you. Again, we don't need to hang on to things from the past. It's about staying in the present, recognizing what is around us, what is the energy around us at this time. Are we giving more? Is it time to release something? Is it time to balance an area within our life at this time? But at the same time, as we're releasing, as we're healing, we're also forgiving. Okay, and that doesn't mean only just other people. It also means forgiving ourselves. Sometimes, hey, we all do stupid things, right? Or we all do things that we regret. But if we kick ourselves about it and we continue to carry that energy into the future, or sometimes we have a fear of not walking into the future because of things that we possibly have done in the past, whether this has to do with jobs or relationships in some way, we're also carrying that fear into the future. So we need to let it go. We need to forgive ourselves. It was a learning lesson. Accept it as that. Move on. And we have heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So I do feel that for some of you, you know, if you're picking up these red flags, maybe it's time to have that heart-to-heart conversation. And again, I keep getting something about fear. For some of you, you might be scared to have that heart-to-heart conversation with somebody because you don't know where it's going to go. You don't know where it's going to end. But if you're not living in a place of true joy, okay, within your daily life, within yourself, if you're feeling burdened by, you know, the relationship or the job or, you know, whatever aspect it is not going to bring you forward. You're going to be in this place of burden. It's not, you know, as much as we like to think, okay, there's going to be a benefit at the end, chances are it's probably just going to remain where it is at this time. All right. Very, you know, not very often is there truly a benefit unless we actually make those steps to do the changes of what is needed. And it may be time to have that heart-to-heart conversation, whether this is with another person or perhaps, again, this could be within yourself. So let's get some clarifying cards and see what's coming through. Not the right time. Yeah, again, pay attention to those red flags. This might have to do with maybe this is not the time for that particular relationship. Again, whether it's, you know, with a person, maybe it also could be just the matter of having to come into your own strength, okay, before this relationship can move forward. And coming into our own strength can really take an hour, it can take a week, it can take a day, it can take a year. It's really up to you. Where is your strength? Where's your moral code? Where are your ethics? Where are the things that you won't back down on? What are the things that are making you strong? Where is that you're giving more? Where are you receiving less? It's really time to come into that and take a look at the full picture. All right. And recognize who it is that you truly are and move forward. And it's just saying it's not the right time. It doesn't mean not ever. Okay. It just might be something that you need to go through some sort of process for at this moment. Trust. Yeah. Have trust that even if you do have that heart-to-heart conversation, the universe is guiding you towards that. And again, this heart-to-heart conversation could be within yourself, but have trust that going through this process is going to lead to a better path. It may not be the path that you think. It may not be the path that you're even wanting at this moment, especially if it's with a particular person or, you know, whatever it is. But have trust at the fact that the universe is coming through. They're opening up a path. It could lead back to that person. It could be lead back to that career. But you have to have trust that what you do is you're doing the best for you. Look at that. Communicate clearly. When you're having that heart-to-heart conversation, remember, it talks about honestly discuss your feelings. Communicate clearly. You know, a lot of times, you know, when people are having conversations, it's like they leave out parts or they're not being very direct. It doesn't mean to be angry. It doesn't mean that you have to come at the person aggressively. It's opening your heart. And again, communicate exactly what it is, whether it's to your guides, your higher self, another person, perhaps something else around you. But I do feel that this is going to set in some way that path towards balance, whether that person is involved in the future moving forward or not. Okay, it is time to really set that balance out, you know, level out things that were putting you into a place of some sense of burden or not feeling that things were on equal playing fields. All right, it's time to communicate, but communicate clearly, communicate honestly. All right, so let's take a look into some closing messages from the universe and see what is coming through. Okay, closing message from the universe for Leo. Let's October 9th to the 16th. What is coming through for Leo at this moment? Leo. All right. Sexuality. Beautiful energy. I do feel like it's interesting because when I look at her, this looks very much like a Leo energy, right? But what I'm also getting, because Leo has that, inwardly, Leo truly has that confidence. They have that confidence within themselves. And I feel here is that sexuality, it doesn't need to be particularly actual intimacy, like on a sexual level, but it can be that intimacy within yourself. Maybe this is something that, again, seeing where things are unbalanced, really taking a look inside is going to help with an intimacy of getting to know yourself better, maybe perhaps your partner better. Again, communicate clearly is what I kept feeling coming through. It even could lead to a deeper sexuality between you and your partner or the person of interest. Look at this. Holy cow, sexual arts is now coming through. This is pretty hot energy, right? And it's funny because we have this fire coming up, and I feel like it's almost as though you were holding yourself back in some way. I feel like through that, again, that communicating clearly, allowing things to be on a more balanced level, it brings a sense of deeper intimacy. Again, it may not be with a particular person, but I do feel within yourself, it's like giving you that sense, that confidence within you in order to, really balance yourself out. For some of you, having that heart-to-heart conversation definitely could lead to this deeper sense of sexual intimacy in some way. And we have healing. Yeah, it's also going to heal. So through that healing, okay, the healing of those heart-to-heart conversations, recognizing our strength, embracing who it is that we truly are, having that confidence with ourselves and moving forward. I feel like for some of you that may have been lacking for a while, and now you're bringing it back through. You're now embracing it again, or you're about to embrace it again, bringing you to a deeper sense of intimacy. All right. So I truly hope that this has helped, Leo. If this reading has resonated with you, please click like, please share my videos, please subscribe to my channel. It's truly appreciated. Also, Saturday, 1 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time, we're going to be doing live. So I'm so excited about this. We are going to be doing mini readings. They are not going to be full readings. Okay, it's going to be like pulling a card or two, looking a little bit into the situation. For those of you that do want a personal reading, please see my Facebook. All of the links are below. My Facebook, my Instagram, or my website, and just look in the description box. It'll lead you right there, and we can talk about a personal reading for you. So thank you so much. Many blessings. Hope to see you Saturday, and have a great week. Take care. Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly reading for October 9th to the 16th. We're taking a look into the energies of the mind, body, and spirit, as well as relationships with a closing message from the universe. Please remember that these are general readings. They may not resonate with everyone. However, I also suggest that you take a look at your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs as well. Also remember that on Mondays we're doing earth signs, Tuesdays will be water signs, Wednesdays will be air signs, and Thursdays will be fire signs. Now I realize I am getting this video out a little bit late. I truly apologize. I actually was hit with the flu yesterday. You can probably hear it a little bit in my voice, but I am feeling much better and really excited about getting this reading. Let's see what's going on for Sagittarius. To a summer. Oh my gosh, that's this beautiful energy. You're falling in love or experiencing a deepening of emotion in your current relationship, marriages, or romantic partners. Marriages or romantic partnerships in distress can still be saved. Don't give up. Now, whether this is applying to a particular relationship, this might be a message specifically for some of you. It also can talk about being in that mindset of that love. So this is like a passion towards something. This might even be within your career. It could be within family. It could be just within some other circumstances around you. It doesn't need to relate to love. However, for those that, you know, you are looking for that confirmation, it is really talking about your energy being in that place of love, of wanting to heal a particular relationship. I am feeling that for some of you, this is also a confirmation that that particular relationship may be on its way to being mended. You may not see the results at this moment, but I feel that they are coming through. We also have the Three of Spring, the Three of Wands. Stop to take time to review and make long-term plans, capitalizing upon your past successes. It's appropriate to pat yourself on the back. It's appropriate to pat yourself on the back for all of your accomplishments, but you may also need patience for the next phase to play out. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm feeling. Even though you're not maybe feeling something in this particular sense, I do feel that putting that passion towards what it is that you're wanting to receive. When we have that Three of Wands, it's like waiting for a result. So some of you might be in that place of waiting for a result of something, something that you have a passion towards. Again, whether it's a relationship, it could be career, you know, whatever aspect it's relating to you at this current time. I do feel that for some of you, you know, externally, you're waiting to see the results of something. I'm really feeling here, don't give up. As this card said, don't give up. Continue putting that passion towards it. I am getting here that there could be a mending of something possibly on the rise for you, of whatever the situation is. And we also have the Moon. It's important to trust your intuition, even if you're unsure of what's happening. All will be revealed soon, so worry is unnecessary. When we have the Moon coming through, especially with Spirit, what I'm getting here is that Moon can sometimes mean that things are hidden. They might not be at that surface yet. Sometimes they can be a little bit, you know, on the negative side, but what I'm getting here, because it's coming from Spirit, I feel that if you're in a place of worry, again, you might be waiting for results of something. You might not know what the results are going to be. What that Moon is saying, it is going to bring those results in some way soon. It is going to illuminate upon that situation in order for you to be able to see it in a better, in a clearer light. Again, I do feel that for some of you, there is a healing or a mending on the rise here. There is going to be something that there is going to be a conclusion to. All right. Now, you have to remember that, again, with that Moon, the Moon is really about not only our intuition, but it also talks about our psychic senses, okay? So I do feel that at this time, it's going to be really important. It's interesting because we have this purple border coming through. What I'm seeing here is like that third eye. So it's going to be really important to put your vision towards what the results are of what you desire. Okay, so that's going to be really important. Again, don't get stuck on the fact that maybe you're not seeing the results at this time. Continue to put that passion towards what it is that you desire, as opposed to what it is that you don't want. We don't want to get stuck in some sort of energy where while we're waiting for the results of something, because even if they take a while to form, it doesn't mean that they're not coming through in a positive way. But I do feel that third eye intuition, it's like sending out those vibrations towards whatever it is in a positive sense, are going to make the difference at this moment. All right. So let's see what Spirit has to say in regards to clarifying it. It almost feels like your psychic, your intuitive senses. It's like on the subconscious side, you know that things are going to be okay. But because you might not be seeing the results of something in a conscious sense, you might be sending out a worry of some sort, or a hesitation towards putting more passion toward it, or it even could be like a disappointment. So we want to really watch our vibrations. We want to really watch our energy of what we're putting out. We want to stay in that positive sense, in this sense of that Two of Cups, in order for this to continue towards moving, not only receiving that conclusion or that answer or whatever it is that we're waiting for in a faster sense, but we also want it to be in a positive sense, obviously. And that's where that Moon is going to come through. It's like, so it's saying, don't get discouraged, okay? We know on the inside We know on the inside that we're not to be discouraged. But again, sometimes our conscious sense can take over and we get trapped in the fears of listening to people around us, you know, saying, well, you would have heard results already. Or it could be just our own mindset of, you know, well, I should have heard results, or maybe this isn't going the way that I wanted it to go. We can talk ourselves into really negative things if we allow ourselves to. And what I'm getting from Spirit is to remember, stay positive. Things are going to be illuminated in the time that they are to be illuminated. This is about divine timing, all right? Things will come to the surface when they're ready to come to the surface. We have the butterfly. Be ready to transform with wisdom. So again, I feel that for some of you, if you are in a negative place at this time, or you may be possibly resisting going into a more positive place, okay? It really does talk about transforming. Again, I feel like you already know that you know what place you need to be in within your subconscious, within your psychic sense, but you may be tempted to head another way simply because you're not seeing the results. We have the bear. Use power with wisdom. It's really talking about wisdom here. It's like, it's almost, to me, I almost hear the universe saying, you're smarter than where you're going. Okay? Don't allow yourself to get into a rabbit hole of some sort of sense of despair. All right? You're smarter than that. You already know that things take time. You already know that, you know, not everything happens overnight. You already know what the path is going to be. Don't get caught into this place where you're not using your wisdom. Okay? You already know what the results are. The hyena, dare to be different. I feel like for some of you, you know what's interesting is when that hyena comes through, it can be a trickster, okay? It can be very mischievous. There's actually tales, legends of the hyena calling your name, to lure you into a different place. To lure you where you will be alone so they can attack. And this is what I kept getting. It almost feels like for some of you, you could possibly have somebody around you, or again, this could be even your own subconscious or your conscious thought taking away from your subconscious, but it could be basically the trickster coming through, okay? Sometimes, especially, we all have those people in our lives, or, hopefully we don't, but unfortunately they tend to sneak their way in, where they're not the most positive people. They tend to place doubts into us, or it could even be ourselves that are placing the doubts into us. It's almost like the hyena is calling you. So whoever this is, again, it could be you, it could be somebody around you, is calling you to take you away from something that you possibly are waiting for a positive result of. It's almost like, I'm going to put this into relationships because this is what it reminds me of. People, let's say you're dating somebody and maybe for whatever reason, somebody's jealous of that relationship, or maybe they're, in a place where they're not having a relationship, so they don't want you to be happy, whatever it is. So they put these little doubts in your mind. They put these little sneaky things. Well, didn't he say he was going to call at 6? Well, it's 6:15. Obviously, he doesn't care about you that much because I would have been on time. Right? It's those little sneaky pokes that people put in, and they try to be like they're coming off like they're friendly, they're coming off like they're nice, they're coming off like they're, caring about you, but really they're breaking down your self-confidence, okay? They're breaking down your self-worth, to some degree, or they're trying to break down their self-worth. Nobody can break down your self-worth but yourself, but you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm getting at, and that's what I feel like with this hyena. So it feels like for some of you, there could be, and again, this could even be your own conscious, okay? And maybe there's, things from the past that you've gone through where things haven't worked out to your benefit. And so those sneaky little doubts are coming through because even though you might be waiting for a result on something, or you're trying to put passion towards something to see the results of, this sneaky little hyena is coming through, trying to take away from whatever it is that you're trying to be positive about. And now look at this. Now we have this rabbit talking about, recognize your significance. And don't go down the rabbit hole. Like I had said, don't go down the rabbit hole of doubting yourself, of doubting what it is that you're heading towards. I do feel extremely positive cards coming through here. I feel like, again, it is going to be your vision, your psychic senses. Again, that third eye sending out those vibrations. So don't allow anybody to take away from your significance. Recognize it. Don't let this hyena, this trickster, whatever this is, whoever this is, to come through and take that away from you. We have the sheep. Act with fortitude and cooperation. So again, I feel like this could be you within yourself, that cooperating with your subconscious and your conscious mind. This could have to do with people around you, and this might be a special message for somebody, particularly, within your field, having to work, like just as a reminder to work with cooperation in some way. But what I'm getting here, it almost feels like there's subconscious and conscious. Okay. And we tend to dismiss how important that is. But if our conscious mind, is focused upon something, it can be our subconscious that could break that down, or vice versa. So we always have to pay attention to that, work in cooperation to create that balance of moving forward, of sending out that positive vibrations, that positive energy towards what it is that we desire, towards what it is that we truly want, to come through, or what it is that we want to bring through. And we have the llama. Set clear boundaries and enforce them. Again, I feel like this has to do with whatever or whoever this hyena is. It's like time to set those boundaries. If somebody or something is trying to sneak their way in and put little, negative thoughts in, you might have to set a boundary, whether it's within yourself or whether it's within another person. Set those boundaries and say, look, I am not accepting of this. Okay. You don't talk to me like this. I appreciate your input, but these negative little connotations are not helping my situation. And you either have to be quiet, or I'm just not spending time with you. And that's the bottom line. And sometimes it even could be towards career, right? We always have, I always say we always, but, in a good amount of time, we sometimes do have those people, but those coworkers, like maybe you're going for a promotion, maybe you're going for a higher level within your career, maybe you're even seeking self-employment, and there's somebody or something that is putting some sort of negative doubts within you. Again, set those boundaries. It's time to enforce them. Tell this hyena to go away, whatever it is. Set the boundary. And you're going to have the support of the universe, is what I'm getting. Be a magnet for love, light, and joy. Yeah, absolutely. With that hedgehog coming through, it's like the more that you're releasing those negative thoughts, those negative little things that are coming through, the more you're going to be illuminating what it is that you truly are, what it is that you truly are inside of you. And that is, we all have it, that love, light, and joy. So that's exactly what I'm feeling here. It's like, release those negative thoughts, allow this love, light, and joy to come through. And, it really does help us bring those results on a quicker basis. As also, we have the giraffe, aspire to a higher knowledge and wisdom. Again, we're getting a lot of wisdom in here. So it's almost like, again, the universe saying, look, you're smarter than what you're doing at this moment. So don't put those doubts in, don't put those fears in, let's get rid of those. That higher knowledge. So that is really spiritual knowledge. Again, follow your spiritual self. Listen to your intuition. All right. Listen to their intuition. Listen to the messages that are coming through from your angels. Maybe even ask for a sign in some way, that will bring you towards what it is. But what I'm getting here is it's like the universe is saying, don't allow yourself to go down that rabbit hole of self-doubt. And we have the gray squirrel. Find new ways of solving problems. It's interesting. The first thing I actually get with that, when it talks about finding new ways of solving problems, sometimes we get into a place even though we might know what somebody is going to say to us or how they're going to try to solve our problem or fix our problem or, whatever it is, we tend to go to sometimes people because there is a closeness or maybe there's a bond or a friendship, even if, they're not of the most positive. And it doesn't mean that people have to, excuse my language, blow smoke up our butt. But we also want people that are going to inspire us and encourage us. But we also want people that are going to be real with us also. We don't want people that are going to, every time there's a situation that they're just looking at the negative aspect instead of the positive. But we also don't want the positive without the negative. Like, we want somebody who's going to have that equal balance, somebody who is going to generally help guide us towards what it is, somebody who's going to be real and authentic. And I do feel that for some of us, we you might be heading towards a situation or maybe towards a person where you're not really getting that person could be, again, maybe more positive, maybe more negative, but they don't have a true balance. But sometimes we just need to talk about something. Sometimes we just need to reveal things. Maybe we just need to have that other ear, have somebody listen to us. So we tend to get, drawn in to speaking to them, or maybe somebody recognizes that, we're in a place where we need some help of some sort, so they'll volunteer and say what's wrong, open up, and we know that we know what that we're going to end up hearing from them. We know that we're going to end up walking away from them in a negative frame of mind, or we're going to walk away from them in a place that we know that they were just bullshitting us. Okay. And what I'm getting with this is find a new way to solve problems. It's almost like look into yourself. And again, look at this third eye is coming through. And this is what I keep getting. It's almost like have that conversation with either people that you can truly trust, or with your higher self, or with your guides, or with your angels, but allow yourself to really follow your intuition. And look at this, interesting, purple. It's like that third eye is really coming through. I feel that for you, Sagittarius, at this time, it is really time to listen to your inner being, and don't allow anyone to dissuade you from moving past that. So let's take a look at relationships and see what's coming through at this time. I'm just grabbing the cards, sorry. So I'm going to be pulling 3 cards from the Romance Angels. These are by Doreen Virtue. We're also going to be using the Angel Answers by Radley Valentine and seeing what is coming. Remember, though, that relationships do not need to be romantic. They can be friends, family, co-workers. They can also be a relationship with yourself. So take them as they resonate for you. All right, what's coming through? Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. This is an interesting card because I almost feel it's like a little bit of a shift from what it was that we were just talking about. But here's the interesting thing. It almost feels, or maybe this could relate to some, for some of you. But what I'm getting here is that, your soulmate, again, this doesn't need to be on a romantic level, although this could be a confirmation for some of you. It almost feels like for those of you that are, looking for perhaps that future partner, or perhaps you're, this even could have to do with a close friend around for some of you. Maybe you haven't seen them particularly as that romantic soulmate at this time, or maybe, there's just, maybe you felt that closeness with them, but you weren't quite ready to get into that relationship because you had another vision in mind of what your soulmate could be. However this is relating to you, I do feel, keep that open mind. Chemistry. Look at, there's a strong magnetic attraction here. This really could, interesting, because for some of you, I feel like this is really going to relate. It almost feels like I just said you might have this, strong chemistry, or like a best friend, or, something that, there's always been this closeness, but maybe you never quite saw them, particular as a partner. I feel like, this could be a result of something in the future. It might be something to take a look at. And again, it might be resonating with you now. I also have deception. Somebody is wearing a false mask in this relationship. I'm not, now this could be, this very much could be that maybe somebody hasn't revealed to you what they feel, okay? Because they think, you know, maybe to some degree that you wouldn't accept them in a relationship. This also could be you that really does care about some sort of friend, or maybe somebody that you've been seeing as that soulmate, but you're keeping your mask on for right now. All right, again, take that as it resonates. The other thing that is strongly coming through here is, remember how we talked about that hyena? It almost feels like somebody could be putting a negative thought into your head in regards to something. So it feels like, you know, again, I feel like this might be related. It might not be related, okay? This could be completely separate from this. It could belong to this. Again, take it within your situation. Take a look at what's going on around you. But what I'm getting here is that there could be somebody that is wearing a mask, or maybe possibly somebody that doesn't want to see you succeed in something, and they might be putting negative thoughts within your mind. All right? So that's coming through. I mean, that's the second time, you know, now with the deception, with those hyenas. I just feel that for some of you, you might be taking away from your positive outlook simply because there could be another negative thought process that's trying to come through. Don't allow yourself, again, don't go down that rabbit hole. Okay, don't allow yourself. Really take a look. Is this somebody around you? Maybe it is yourself. Right? Let's get some clarifying cards and see what's coming through. Success. Beautiful. You know, it's interesting because I feel like once you open your mind, allow that open mind to come through, allow yourself to open that heart energy, whatever it is. I feel like there is success towards something. Now, this could be even taking off that mask and revealing to somebody how you feel about them. It could be changing the energy, which will allow them to take off their mask to come through with an element of success within the next few months. So for some of you, this even could be talking about, you know, it may not be happening right now. Something might not happen right now. For those of you that were in that that are in that Three of Wands energy, waiting for some sort of answer, maybe waiting to see, you know, what the results are something going to be. This could be that answer towards that too within the next few months. Maybe perhaps you're waiting for some sort of relationship to move to a next level, or you're waiting for maybe a date, or maybe, you know, something even within a current relationship of some way within the next few months. Okay, improving health. So you know what I'm getting here that's interesting, because we had that deception coming through. What I'm getting here with that deception is it does feel like once you discover that deception, whoever or whatever this is, whatever is wearing that false mask, wherever you're receiving, you know, that hyena energy of somebody, like I said, you know, it's like poking through your positive thoughts, like bringing in some sort of negativity in some way. I do feel that once you discover what this is, who this is, and you set up those boundaries around you, that's improving health. Okay, it doesn't even need to be on a physical sense. We could be talking about, again, we're looking at the chakras. Look at this. You know, the third eye chakra, the crown chakra, it's helping to balance everything. Because when we're trying to get in balance and somebody is pulling us another way, or they're trying to put us in a place of unbalance through negative thoughts, some people really just don't like to see another person happy. And that's the bottom line. As much as we want to think best of everybody, there are people out there that don't want to see others happy. They don't want to see you successful in something. And you know, again, this even could be within your subconscious, right? And it's time to remove that. Whatever this deception is, whatever is coming through, time to release that in order for you to balance yourself and head toward that success in what you're seeking. So let's get a closing message from the universe and see what is coming through. This is a closing message for Sagittarius for October 9th to the 16th. Sagittarius. Look at that. Family and tribe. Whatever that deception is, it even could have to do with your family and tribe. Okay? And this could even be somebody from, like I said, remember how I felt like this could possibly be a friend or somebody disguising it as a friend. It even could be family. You know, we do sometimes have negative family. I do feel it's something to take a look at. What I'm also getting here is head toward those who support you within your family and your tribe. So just because you have one, you know, possibly deceptive person around you doesn't mean the entire family or the entire tribe is in that sense. So it feels like what it's telling you is head toward those who you know are going to support you, love you unconditionally, give you the best advice, bring some sense of balance towards you. Victim consciousness. So I'm getting here, I'm going to pull out another card. Yeah, selling out. So what I'm receiving here is I do feel that through some sense of deception, and it could be within yourself. Okay, this message could be coming through very clearly for some of you. Sometimes that deception is within us. And it's a state of victim consciousness, okay? And when we talk about victim consciousness, basically what it is it's like a poor me attitude, all right? And we all know people like that. This even could be possibly somebody around you who is bringing in their own victim consciousness towards you. But, so people have asked me, what does that mean? Okay, well, this is what it means. These are those people that because something maybe possibly have happened negatively in the past, they're stuck in that element, okay? Well, you know, I can't have a relationship because every relationship I have has sucked. Okay, well, that's victim consciousness. Maybe it's a true thing, but while you're stuck in that victim consciousness, you're also going to be reliving exactly what that victim consciousness is about, all right? All men suck. All women suck. All women are this. All men are that. That's a form of freaking victim consciousness. All right? Because basically then we're putting that energy out, and that's exactly what we're going to receive. If this is somebody around you, again, I keep feeling like there's a deception in some way. This could be coming from somebody within your family or tribe in some manner. It could even be within yourself. But you have to get out of that victim consciousness, because what it does is it brings us to a place of selling out. All right? It means that we're not giving ourselves the most positive aspect that could be within a situation. You know, when we're in a state of victim consciousness, basically what it does is it leads us to accepting less than what we truly deserve. Right? That's the time that you're going to hear, well, you know, I stayed within this relationship because I didn't think I was going to get another. Or I'm allowing myself to be in a place of some sense of abuse, whether it's emotional, physical, mental, whatever it is. Doesn't mean that somebody's, beating up, but that might relate. But I'm staying in this because I don't see anything better for myself. Okay, that's selling out. And sometimes, if we stay within that state of victim consciousness, or when somebody's trying to invoke their victim consciousness onto us, it's because that either they or you are in a place of selling out, and they're trying to, if it's somebody else, they're trying to set that responsibility on you. They're trying to get you to sell out because they have in the past. And this is a really, really negative place to be. You don't need to be around somebody who is doing this behavior. And I don't care whether it's family or friends, okay? It's time to take that step back and say, look, this is about my own healing, my own forgiveness, my own mindset. Get into that Two of Cups energy where you're putting passion towards what it is that you're truly desiring and waiting for the results, okay? That Moon card even could be talking about the illumination or the revealing of who this is. All right? So take all of that as it resonates for you. I truly hope that this has helped, Sagittarius. If this reading has resonated, please click like, please share, and please subscribe to my channel. And remember, Saturday, 1 o'clock Mountain Time, we're going to be doing live. We're going to be doing mini readings. These are not going to be full readings, but for those of you that are seeking a full reading, please look below at my links towards my Facebook, my Instagram, and my website. And hope to see you then. Have an amazing week. Take care and many blessings.